As promised, we are joined by Hockey Hall of Famer and six-time Stanley Cup champion Mark Messier here to promote his new book, No One Wins Alone, the cover of which you can see very clearly behind him. Mark, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Great to be on with you.
Great to have you. And this is your first foray into the world of autobiographies and book writing. And I think one of the questions that immediately comes to mind is why did you feel like this was the right time to sort of make that leap? You've had quite a long career and a lot of stories to tell. Why did now feel like the right time to jump into this?
Well, it's a great question. I've been asked to write a book for many years and just didn't feel the timing was right for a number of reasons. I had collected many different notes that I'd taken over the years on the experiences I had both as a player and in retirement, on speaking engagements about leadership and teamwork that I'd done over the years. And it wasn't until I met Jimmy Roberts here in New York, the great Jimmy Roberts, that I felt comfortable with somebody that could articulate my story and the way I wanted the book to be portrayed. And so I think that was a real comfort level for me to be able to sit beside somebody for a year and a half and share notes, share experiences, and try to articulate what I think is important in teamwork and leadership to the people that will hopefully read the book.
And you mentioned sharing your experiences with people. In the book, you talk about a number of things: your upbringing, how to build a winning culture, obviously some of your playing career as well. But I would imagine, like any author, you have a target reader for this. Who are you intending to reach with this message?
Well, we wanted a wide variety of people to read the book. Obviously, I'd love every boy or girl that's playing a team sport to read it, both on a minor league, or growing up from 8 years old, 10 years old, 12 years old, to current professional athletes, and then business people. Moms who have daughters and sons playing team sports. CEOs that are responsible for leading people. I think the leadership lessons and teamwork. It's all about galvanizing people. And as I said before, I always thought I was in the hockey business, but in retirement and reflecting back, what you're really doing is you're galvanizing people. You're bringing people together to hopefully maximize their potential. And of course, there's many different areas outside of the world of sports that are doing the same thing.
And shifting from that a little bit, one of the things that you do talk about in some detail in the book related to your playing career is coming up to the NHL as an 18-year-old, with the personality of an 18-year-old and what that was like for you. Lately, we've seen that happen a little bit more often than in recent years. There's a lot of guys coming up as teenagers and making an impact right away this season. I think case in point would be Raymond for Detroit, who had a hat trick the other night in his sixth NHL game. What do you think of this youth movement around the league? And do you think it's here to stay or just a blip on the radar?
Well, the players definitely coming into the league now are more prepared physically than they ever have been, with the training that's being filtered down and the techniques and the advancement in technology for training athletes, especially in hockey. So I think the players coming in when I was playing and before even myself, the young players had no chance because they hadn't been trained properly to play at the professional level. But that's only one aspect of being a pro. Learning what it takes to be a pro off the ice, decision making that's required to make sure that you're doing the right things to support your team. There's a lot at stake when you play professional sports. Jobs are on the line, careers are on the line. Families get upheaved and moving cities if things don't go well. And every decision that you make directly impacts those things outside the game of hockey. So there's a lot of pressure coming into the world of sports as a young guy. Of course, they're coming in great, young, talented players, but learning to become a pro and all the things that go along with that are something that can never be taken lightly, and that's why leadership on teams is so important.
And another thing that you talk about in the book that is of some immediate relevance would be what goes into building a winning culture. And I know there's a team in this market that could learn a thing or two from that part of the book. What do you think about the direction that the Coyotes are headed in right now under Bill Armstrong and this what appears to be a long-term rebuild?
Well, look, I'm always hesitant to talk about teams unless you're on the inside of the inner workings and the discussions that are ongoing, because I don't know the folks there to the point where I could actually speak to what they're doing or what they're talking about or what their plans or culture is. And so, but I do know that a winning culture is critical, obviously, to a team's success. And the expectations that you set amongst the team are important as well. The players have to know that the expectations are high. Winning is what we're here to do, but you also have to give them the tools and the roadmap of how to achieve those goals. And that's really important, from the management to the coaching staff and everybody along the way. That it's one thing to talk about a winning culture, it's another thing to talk about winning, but okay, how are we going to do it? And the players have to believe in that, and they have to be inspired by that message.
And one last thing before I get you out of here, Mark, you obviously had the chance to come here as a member of the visiting team and experience hockey sort of in its early stages here in the desert. What were your experiences playing in this town? And were there any regular spots you went to when you came here as a visiting player?
Well, it's been a long time ago that I remember playing in Scottsdale, but I knew that there was a lot of hockey fans in the Scottsdale area there, in Phoenix area, because of a lot of folks from Edmonton would vacation down there and had summer or winter homes down there. So I knew hockey was big in Phoenix. I knew it was going to be popular. I knew it was going to be successful. And of course, there's been some transition over the last few years, but ultimately it'll stabilize itself because the fan base is there, the passion's there for hockey, and I really look forward to seeing the team continue on its journey, and hopefully one day we'll see a Stanley Cup in the desert.
Hopefully. Once again, Mark Messier here to promote his new book, No One Wins Alone, available now on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and many more. Mark, thank you very much.
Great to be on with you. Thank you.